How did this whole thing start for you with the Florida Panther?
So I finished the 2015 Florida Wildlife Corridor expedition. And so here, 3 years into the expeditions, we've trekked 2,000 miles through the state. We've generated a lot of awareness with stakeholders, like people who are connected to that story, but we still haven't kind of broken through to the mainstream with it or created the political impact of actually getting things protected. So I was looking to try to do more. And at the same time, that same summer, right when I got done with the 2015 expedition, I got an assignment from National Geographic Travel, just a digital assignment. It was a partnership with Visit Florida, I think, to go photograph 10 parks in South Florida. So places like Corkscrew Swamp Sanctuary near Naples or Florida Panther National Wildlife Refuge. And when I saw Florida Panther National Wildlife Refuge, I was like, I'm going to dust off my camera traps and I'm going to get a panther photo. And of course, this is a one-day digital assignment, and I decided to spend 2 months trying to camera trap a panther for it. So I'm not the best business person in that sense, but it kind of, I was already like wanting to be more engaged or learn more about that story.
Yeah.
So this is one of the pictures I got. I found this amazing spot. I worked with the panther biologist from the Fish and Wildlife Service, David Schindel, who took me down to the edge of the Fakahatchee Strand in the end of the dry season. This is flooded, more than half the year, where you have these strap ferns and dark peat soils and cypress knees and this otherworldly landscape where if I could get a panther in that place, it would be like the Florida panther. Like there's no denying that that animal is in Florida. It's not a mountain lion in Texas or California. It is here in the Florida swamps in this uniquely Florida environment. So that's what I was going for. And
how rare is the Florida, at this point in time, how rare was the Florida panther?
This is only,
do we know how many of them were
this
there?
is only 8 or 9 years ago. So the numbers haven't changed a whole lot since then, but it's an estimate of 200 adults. Wow. There were fewer than 20 panthers in the 1970s when they were first put on the endangered species list. And the thing about the panther is it is the last remnant population of the puma east of the Mississippi River. So the Florida panther, mountain lion, puma, it's all the same animal.
Right.
But they were wiped out of existence everywhere east of the Mississippi other than the Everglades. And it's because the Everglades were so remote, so inhospitable for human development that the panthers were able to persist. Because panthers were persecuted by early settlers. There were bounties on them. People wanted them gone. So they were hunted. They were, perceived and actual competition for livestock, but there was also a lot of fear that drove a lot of that. So people were hunting panthers on bounties.
Did they mess with humans?
There's never been a documented case in Florida. I mean, I know of some turkey hunters who probably shit their pants when they fall asleep at the base of a pine tree and woke up and you got a panther stalking your turkey decoys. But
wow,
yeah, no one's ever been attacked that we're aware of. But so how this started for me, I wrote a blog about this for Nat Geo, and this is the panther picture I got in those 2 months of trying to get a camera trap. And so the blog I wrote was called "Cooperative Bear, Frustrating Panther," but this kind of hooked me because like there she was, like I know she's out there, but a male Florida panther has a home range of 200 square miles. So they need a lot of land. That's an area twice the size of Orlando that one panther will patrol.
Wow.
Throughout their defending of a territory and looking for mates. In the very best spots, I would see a panther come through once a month. And so trying to get it all right to get the pictures, it ended up being 6-year-long journey.
How many camera traps did you have to build and set up?
I had, I started with 4. At one point I had as many as like 8 or 9 going. And then we started adding video camera traps when we started doing the film work.
Incredible.
Started putting 4K, Sony video systems out in the swamp, trying to do that at scale. But that was fun because in the photo you get this really decisive moment, but you don't get the sounds. You don't get the whole story.
Oh, you had audio?
Yeah, we had audio.
How'd you do that through the Pelican case?
You get a little hot shoe type microphone,
right?
Put a Gore-Tex bag over it, and then you drill a hole through the Pelican and run the 3/8" stereo plug like down into the camera.
Oh,
so it's like a port.
I'm sure those would get ruined a lot, right?
Everything got ruined.
Everything got ruined a lot.
But here's what it looked like for me the first year of trying on this particular spot. Another spot I was really excited about, and I was saying like a smarter photographer would pick the other side of the log at this point, but I'm getting a real gender study here. If you wanted to know whether it's
that's hilarious.
The male female ratio is very clear.
Yes.
In these super cooperative bears again. And then panthers are just like
tail. Wow.
Just juking me. But the bears were not always cooperative. Here it took me a while. It took me putting a camera pointing at my camera to understand why they weren't working when I came back to change the batteries a month later.
Oh no.
He's like flossing his teeth with my flash wire.
The thing's going off.
Yeah, but I'm not getting the picture because it's pointed somewhere else.
That's terrible.
They're like, They're like, what is this? And he's going to scratch on it. So he's a furry animal in the swamp. He's like, that feels good. Yeah.
Now they can't get in that. They never like actually damage the camera, right?
No.
But they can obviously mess up where it is.
Mess up all the wires. Up. I mean, I had a camera. I had a camera stolen at one point. I had one shot. On the edge of the Corkscrew Swamp. There's a.
Because you put it on somebody's property or something.
No, it was on the Audubon Sanctuary's property.
Okay.
It was pointed at the fence. I'll show you the picture I got with it. I got this picture with it, which.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
And if you look here, this thing placed in the World Press Photo Competition one year, but if you look here, there's one of her kittens is just hidden.
Oh yeah.
Had that kitten just been standing here in the free space, it would have been like next level, But anyway, I'm pretty happy with the picture anyway. But
yeah.
I set the camera on the barbed wire fence to basically show that, like, from the perspective of a panther, it's all one territory. So this panther's walking from a cattle ranch onto the Audubon's property. Corkscrew Swamp Sanctuary, if you've never been, is amazing. It's ancient old growth cypress. It's just near Naples, and it's a beautiful 3-mile long boardwalk through the cypress trees. And it's like a window in time. Cypress has never been logged. 500-year-old trees, beautiful.
Wow.
So this is a 20 square mile sanctuary. But remember that a male panther has a territory of up to 200 square miles. And so the only way that panthers survive in that landscape is if you keep Corkscrew connected to bigger landscapes around it. And that involves the cattle ranch next door in this case. And the landowner I got his permission to put the camera there. It wasn't even on his property. He was just pointing in that direction. But I think one of the hunters who was hunting out there didn't get the memo and felt threatened by it. I went out there and there's like a hole in the side of it, and my camera's body's exploded, and there's like a 223 round like.
Did the memory card survive?
Yeah.
Ooh, did they get a shot of the guy who shot it?
No, because he was like probably 20 feet away on the other side of the fence.
Oh,
so
okay.
He just smoked it without.
Right.
So I was like, well, there's that. Add that to the list.
That's insane, man.
Hurricane Irma did a doozy on him too.
Oh yeah, I saw opening up the cases and just water pouring out of the cases.
Yeah. I'll show you a picture I got. We didn't in the. There's a scene where I I won't play the video because you've seen it, but I got the.
No, I want. You can play it.
Looks like there is water in this camera box.
This was right after Irma.
Yeah, well, like 10 days after, because they wouldn't let us in to the Panther refuge.
Really?
Because everything's shut down, and we had to chainsaw our way back to get down the roads at this point. But
oh, that camera's cooked.
Irma takes out one more camera.
What kind of cameras were those?
Slimy in here. That was a Nikon D800.
Oh god.
Yeah, for a long time. This one hurt.
Now, when that happens, did the memory card survive?
That memory card survived, and the cool thing about that one is
that's like a little bit of a silver lining in your camera breaking.
Well, see, I knew the hurricane was coming generally towards that area, and I had this decision like a week ahead of time, like, do I go take all my cameras out and potentially miss the one Panther shot I've been waiting for 2 years for, or do I roll the dice and hope they survive and go like raise them up as high as I can? So I decided to leave them in because you never know whether the storm's going to come or not.
Right.
Well, the storm did come, and
last minute it went like inland.
Right. It just crushed, put a lot of water in a lot of places. So when that camera, before it toppled over, it did like a time lapse of just all these false triggers from when the storm was really bad, and then there's like a video of like it's down.
Oh god.
But on the card, like buried under all those 3,000 false triggers, I found this picture.
Whoa. No shit. Is that in the rain?
In the rain.
That's wild.
Jumping over the swamp. So I was like,
so this is like right when the hurricane was hitting?
I think this was like a couple of days before the hurricane, and just a big thunderstorm that happened in the days before. Wow, dude. Yeah, I was pretty excited about that.
That's incredible.
So finally I was like, yes, like the world will see this picture.
To find one photo like this out of having 9 cameras buried in the woods for months on end must make all of it worth it for you.
Yeah, and this is like 2 years in, and I was like half ready to quit because I'm like I start out on this like trail to glory to get my first National Geographic story on the Florida Panther, and I'm like, I've got nothing because I have to show the Panther with as much like beauty and power as my colleagues have shown the snow leopards or the tigers in India. It has to stand shoulder to shoulder with all these other cats around the world. It can't just be like, oh, look at the Panther in that picture. It's got to be a picture like this. And so finally, I was like,
God, that's insane, man.
I was ready to go. Like I felt the power of the swamp at that point.
Yes.
Like, here we go.